I can't wait to show you my toys.
Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to look at the Jazwares Fortnite Jonesy action figure. This is from the 6-inch scale Legendary line. This guy's part of the second assortment of figures. The first 6 figures dropped several months ago, and the new wave has been slowly leaking out little by little. The distribution is pretty crazy on these guys. A week or two ago I found DJ Yonder and Tomato Head off Amazon.com, Prime shipping. Today I found Leviathan and Jonesy at Walmart. They did also have DJ Yonder and Tomato Head, but still no sign of Abstract or Valkyrie. I do have a pre-order for the Amazon exclusive Abstract, which makes me think there's going to be some paint variation, which is an Amazon exclusive, as well as a general release of Abstract, but we're really not sure at this time. There is also a deluxe Omega figure coming, and he has interchangeable armor to be able to represent the different options the game has for him. So let's go and check out the packaging here. As you can see, Epic Games, Fortnite, ages 8+, Legendary Series, which is the 6-inch scale Jazwares figures, not the less detailed 4-inch ones. So you can see here, 40 points of articulation, Jonesy, 8 pieces. Here's a picture of the guy, 8 pieces. So we've got the figure, pickaxe, his gun, his explosive weapon, he's got a med kit, 2 alternate face plates, and of course he's going to have this one, so it's going to be a total of 3. Then he's got his back bling. So if you check it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the face on there, that really is 9 pieces if you ask me. Side here, we've got Jonesy holding an assault rifle, an item that figure does not come with. Other side, he's holding the same weapon. Bottom here, there is a barcode in case anybody needs it, as well as a bunch of credits. And then on the back side, you can see Jonesy here, as well as the rest of Series 2. So we've got Tomato Head, Valkyrie, who I've not actually seen a picture of the plastic figure yet, DJ Yonder, Leviathan, Abstract, and I believe there's going to be 2 variations of him, but I could be wrong about that. And then of course, more figures dropping soon. There is also this deluxe Omega not pictured on the back here. He costs $30 instead of the $20. Really curious how that's going to work out. So with no further ado, let's open this guy up. Alright, well now that we got this guy out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. And he comes with a nice amount of stuff. He's got a total of 3 alternate faces. He's got a tactical shotgun, a clinger, a med kit. He has the default pickaxe, which doesn't really have a name. And then his back bling is the True North. But before we look at his accessories, let's check out the actual figure. Must say here, Jonesy here's a default skin. You don't have to earn anything. You can have him right off the get-go. See him sort of his military fatigue. He's got the dog tags, tattoo. His face is okay. Jazwares definitely a little bit softer than McFarlane as far as the sculpt goes. I do like the camo color on his pants, looking pretty cool. And then here's the figure broken down as far as he can go with all of his removable parts detached. Next, let's check out his accessories. He's got a harvesting tool, a back bling, a healing item, a weapon, a throwable item, and 3 faceplates. So let's start off by checking out his faces. The one on the far left looks like it's either surprised or afraid, and then in the center, it's kind of normal, and on this right hand side, very similar to the middle one, except his eyebrows cocked up. Here he is with his surprised or upset looking face. Here he is with his standard face. This is the one that he came with in the package. This is going to be my default one, the more sort of normal looking one. And here's a little bit of a closer look before we put on the other face. It's very similar. So here's the other face, his eyebrows cocked up. His mouth is in that sort of slight grin as well. And while we're on the subject of faces, this Rabbit Raider figure, apparently it's Jonesy as well. It also came with a couple of alternate faces of Jonesy, and guess what? They are interchangeable with this one, so we got a couple of more looks to show. And so here are the 3 faces on the left from Jonesy, and on the right the 3 there from Rabbit Raider. As you can see, the one in the center is for sure Jonesy, and I'm pretty sure they all are. So we've got some more looks for Jonesy that are different from the ones that came with Jonesy. So then you can take this face, which came with Rabbit Raider, and it's a little bit more of a smiling version of Jonesy. And then we've got the proper, a little bit nerdier, combed up version of Jonesy. Next, let's look at his back bling. His back bling is called the True North. It's different from the back bling that came with McFarlane Jonesy. He came with the Legendary Pursuit, although they look fairly similar. And then as you can see, there is this hole on his back that you take the back bling and insert the peg inside of. And then here he is wearing his back bling. You can't really tell from the front, but if you spin around, it's a very appropriate colored back bling for someone wearing his outfit. And then here's his back bling next to all the different Jazwares back blings they've released so far. We've got a total of 10 of them and more on the way. And then here it is next to all the different back blings released by both Jazwares and McFarlane. There are a bunch of them nowadays. Unfortunately, they are not interchangeable between the two lines, as the peg is thicker and thinner on the two different brands. Here are some of the Jazwares figures wearing each other's back blings, showing you that they are truly interchangeable and customizable, just like in the game. So like I said before, the McFarlane back bling is not interchangeable with the Jazwares figures. The peg hole on the back here, the peg on the Jazwares is thicker than the McFarlane back bling. So this one here will fit in no problem. This one here, if you put it inside, just comes right back out and won't stay in. It's unfortunate it's the only piece that's not interchangeable between the two lines. Next, let's check out his harvesting tool or pickaxe. This one here is just a default pickaxe. It's exactly what it is, just a standard traditional pickaxe. And then here he is holding his pickaxe, getting ready to mine some materials. And then as you can see, here he is chopping through a brick wall, getting some brick, and finding out what's behind the wall. And then guess what? That noise he heard, it was a chest behind the wall. And then here on the left is the Jazwares version of the default pickaxe, and on the right is the McFarlane version of the default pickaxe. Both these are pretty much just a standard pickaxe. As you can see, they have a little bit of paint tint on the McFarlane version. Overall, similar. Here it is next to all the different Jazwares pickaxes or harvesting tools they've released so far. There are currently a total of 10 of them, and plenty more on the way. And then here's his pickaxe next to all the different pickaxes from both Jazwares and McFarlane, and I'm happy to say they are interchangeable between the two lines. And then here are several of the Jazwares figures holding each other's pickaxes, showing that they are interchangeable and customizable, just like the game. And then here are some Jazwares figures holding McFarlane pickaxes, and McFarlane figures holding Jazwares pickaxes, showing they are interchangeable between both lines, giving you a ton of customizing options. Next, let's check out his gun. This is a tactical shotgun. This is the first shotgun we received from the Jazwares Legendary line. McFarlane has already given us a tactical shotgun, and it's maybe a little better than this, but this one looks pretty good. As you can see here, it's got a couple different silver, gray, and red. Nice different shades on here. Overall, welcome addition to the collection. And then here he is holding his tactical shotgun. He can hold it with his right hand. His trigger finger fits around the trigger pretty good. And he can support the barrel with his left hand. Overall, looking pretty decent. As you can see, his trigger finger fits around the trigger pretty nicely. And then here's the Jazwares on the bottom compared to the McFarlane tactical shotgun. You can see the McFarlane one is just a tiny bit bigger. It's definitely brighter. I do notice one difference is the McFarlane one has the full trigger area, whereas the Jazwares one simply has the trigger and no sort of box around it. The McFarlane one is game accurate in this case. And then here's his shotgun next to all the different Jazwares guns that they've made so far. Starting to get a lot of options to choose from. And then here are each of the different guns that they've offered between Jazwares McFarlane. I put the McFarlane ones on the bottom. These are the ones that they don't have doubles of between both brands. Next, I'll check out his throwable explosive item. This is called a clinger. I remember when I first started playing Fortnite well over a year ago, my son used to call them plungers. They've got sort of a suction cup here. You throw it and it would attach itself to the wall. And if you're lucky enough, you could attach it to a person and there's no escaping that at that point. And as you can see, here he is getting ready to launch the clinger at somebody. And this is not the first throwable item that we've received. Jazwares has made a boogie bomb and a regular grenade. McFarlane hasn't made any throwable items. That's one thing that Jazwares does better than McFarlane. Next, I'll check out his med kit. This is a healing item. They have already released one of these with a previous Jazwares figure before. This item here has a little slot on either side to allow his hands to slide in and hold this. Here he is holding the med kit. As you can see, his fingers slide right in. He better hurry up. It takes 10 full seconds to use a med kit and heal up to full health. This guy sure should have built a wall. And this is sure not the first healing item we've gotten from Jazwares. There are a total of 4 of them so far that we've got. I see a big potion, bandages, med kit, and a chug jug. Still waiting to get some mini potions. Now that we've taken a pretty in-depth look at his accessories, next let's check out how he fits with the McFarlane vehicles, the glider and the quad crasher. And then we'll check him out with some custom or substitution accessories that can enhance your Fortnite collection. Now here he is next to the McFarlane glider and launchpad combo. As you can see, the Jazwares figure scales up pretty good so far. As you can see, here he is using the launchpad, getting ready to get out of a sticky situation, scaling up pretty good with this accessory. And then as you can see, yes, he does work with the McFarlane glider. These Jazwares figures don't hold on as easily, but it does work. As you can see here he is gliding, default skin, using the default glider, and I love how it works out between both lines. Here he is driving the McFarlane quad crasher. It's maybe a little bit larger than it should be compared to these figures, but it works. They fit in pretty well as well. He can use the handlebars, his feet are on the pedal, etc. And then here he is riding on the back of the quad crasher. One thing to point out, the hole in his foot fits perfect for the peg that McFarlane provides. Next, let's check out some other Fortnite type accessories that are substitutions or customs, some to enhance your collection. Here's a couple of shopping carts I got at a meeting at work many years ago. Slightly oversized for these guys, but makes for a pretty cool prop for your Fortnite figures. Speaking of shopping carts, the McFarlane shopping cart set comes out in late October. You can pre-order it at Amazon.com for a great price right now. Here he is opening up a chest, getting ready to find some loot. This chest here is also from Jazwares, but it's actually an accessory pack for the 4-inch figures. Comes with a bunch of smaller scaled weapons. Now this item is quite oversized for these 6-inch Legendary Jazwares figures, and much more so for the 4-inch figures. But I'm still happy to have a chest for my Fortnite guys, being it's such a big part of the game. And then here he is opening up a llama, getting ready to get a bunch of materials and bullets. Now obviously this llama is not part of the Jazwares line. It's a stuffed animal that I got at Walmart, and it's a little bit too large for these guys. But being that a llama is almost a staple for Fortnite, it's nice to have one for my guys. Here he is healing up with a campfire. This campfire here came with a NECA Friday the 13th Jason figure. Here he is holding a basketball, getting ready to shoot it. Back in Season 4, this was an item that you could earn if you did some of the challenges. Doesn't really have any useful purpose in the game besides just being fun to throw a basketball. This particular basketball came with a NECA Alien Resurrection Ripley 8 figure. And then here they are, a full squad, all geared up with balloons, getting ready to cover some ground, jumping up really high. These balloons are from a NECA Pennywise figure. Now that we've taken a very in-depth look at his accessories and some other accessories you can use for him, next let's check out the height of this figure. So this guy here, from bottom to top, is sitting at just a hair above 6 inches. Next, let's check out this guy's articulation. So his head here can turn from side to side. You can look up and down about that far. Up pretty nice, down not too much. His shoulders, they go out quite a bit more 90 degrees with ease. Sort of a ball joint inside of here. Up, down, up, down. Now in addition to that, there's a piece of plastic between his shoulder and his chest. So there's like articulation under here and more articulation behind here. He's got a bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. His wrist can swivel. It's also hinged as well. Then he's got finger articulation on top of that. He's got ball joint under his waist here and some waist articulation. It can swivel from side to side, and it can also go in and out, giving him a pretty nice range of motion there. He's got traditional waist cut below that. His hips go out just about 90 degrees. Not quite. You can see his pocket sort of blocking it on that side. There's a ball joint inside of there. Then go forward about that far. Back, really not too much. It's got a thigh cut below there. Double jointed knees below that. Then his foot here. Oh, he does have an ankle cut above that. Then his foot, of course, it can go up and down. He has this toe articulation. And then his feet can sort of rock and tilt, which is pretty nice. Next, let's check out this guy's reuse. And I came to find out it's 100% the same sculpt as the Skull Trooper, minus the head. And the McFarlane figure was the exact same thing. I do believe in the game it's the same 3D design, just sort of different coloring. As you can see here, their feet, definitely identical. Got that sort of blocky, cleat sort of look. And then their shin armor, that entire area is the same. Their leg appears the same. He's got the patch right here. He's got the patch sculpted on, just painted black. Their belt's the same. He's just painted. You can't really see it. Same sash on the arms. The same area on the torso. He's even got the dog tags. They're just painted over. Truly exactly the same. Even the scarf here. You can't really see it very good on him. It's just painted. Everything is the same until the head. Next, I would like to compare him with the McFarlane version of Jonesy. So he's quite a bit taller, but I'd say the head looks a whole lot better on McFarlane. The sculpt is a lot cartoonier and softer on this guy. But they both have the dog tags, the scarf, the sash on their arm, belt, the pouches, some differences, but overall they definitely captured the essence of the character together. Pants are colored considerably differently. Next, let's check him out compared with some other Jazwares figures. Now here he is next to all the different Series 2 figures that I've received so far, and there are still more trickling out. This is Tomato Head, Jonesy, Leviathan, and DJ Yonder. There's still Valkyrie and Abstract in the Series 2 main lineup. There's also an Amazon.com exclusive Abstract, which I assume is going to be some kind of paint variation. There's also a Deluxe Omega with interchangeable armor. And I just found out there's a Walmart exclusive Crackshot. So plenty more to get on the horizon. Here he is next to the Series 1 lineup of Jazwares figures. And then here he is next to my entire Jazwares Fortnite collection. You may wonder why there are so many multiples. I got 4 Skull Troopers for Scarecrow Thugs in my Batman world, 4 Rabbit Raiders for Mad Hatter Thugs, and I got 4 of the wild cards to display each of their faces and use them as the Royal Flush Gang in my DC action figure world. And then here he is next to each of the different McFarlane Fortnite figures they've released so far. And then here he is with my entire Jazwares and McFarlane Fortnite collection. Getting pretty big at this point. Once again, got the wild cards for the Royal Flush Gang in my DC world, Rabbit Raiders for Mad Hatter Thugs, and 4 of each of the 3 different Skull Troopers for Scarecrow Thugs. I find the McFarlane ones work good for DC Direct and DC Collectibles, or with NECA and Diamond Select figures. And then the Jazwares works pretty good with Hasbro Marvel Legends or Mattel DC Universe Classics. And then here he is in a huge Battle Royale with all my Jazwares and McFarlane Fortnite figures. Look at this thing. Little city setup like in the game. All these guys here just shooting each other, riding carts, cars, gliding, sniping each other, healing, getting loot. All these guys aggressive in a huge big fight. Who is gonna get the win? So overall, this figure is okay. He's a little bit on the boring side. McFarlane already made this figure and they made him better. Jazwares from Series 2, this is definitely my least favorite figure. DJ Yonder, Tomato Head, Leviathan are all way cooler than this guy. This guy's just kind of boring, and the details are just a little bland on him. If I were to rate this figure, I would go ahead and give him a 5 out of 10. On the lower side of things, perhaps, but that's just how I feel about him. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this. I must say there are some more figures coming out. I know I've already said this, but Valkyrie's still coming. Abstract is still coming. I believe there's an Amazon exclusive Abstract variant, a Deluxe Omega, and a Walmart exclusive Crackshot coming from Jazwares in the very near future. So if you like this video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it in the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.